there to like put that out there.
Yeah,
Okay.
'cause for one,
No, that's
for
fair.
I've been there, and that is one of the hardest decisions I've ever had to make, and
Yeah.
whew, yeah, that's
And for the chat, please do not keep calling the police.
Yeah.
There's nothing that they can do. They've
they
already
were
been
asking
out
if I
there.
could read the just for today.
You what? I didn't hear.
People down in the chat were asking if I could read the just for today.
Yeah.
You mind?
Oh, she was saying, yeah, you can read it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, you can read it.
All right, it's July 21st. Surrender is for everyone. Wait, today's July 21st?
Yes.
Man,
Yes.
it's Edie's birthday. Woo woo.
Hold on a minute.
Take you on a date.
I swear I thought I was, because I swear I read this thing this morning.
Yeah, it's July 21st.
Okay. July 21st. Surrender is for everyone. If, after a period of time, we find ourselves in trouble with our recovery, we have probably stopped doing one or more of the things that helped us in early stages of recovery. Basic text, page 95. Surrender is just for the newcomer, right? Wrong. After we've been around for a while, some of us succumb to a condition particular to old timers. We think we know something about recovery, about God, and about NA, about ourselves, and we do. The problem is, we think we know enough, and we think that merely knowing is enough. But it's what we learn and what we do after we think we know it all that really makes the difference. Complacency can land us in deep trouble when we find that applying the principles of on our own power just isn't working. We can practice what worked for us in the beginning, surrender. When we find we are still powerless, our lives again unmanageable, we need to seek the care of a power greater than ourselves. And when we discover that self-therapy isn't so therapeutic after all, we need to take advantage of the therapeutic value of one addict helping another. Just for today, I need guidance, I need support, and a higher power beyond my own. I will go to a meeting, reach out to a newcomer, call my sponsor, pray to my higher power, and I will do something that says, I surrender.
Amen.
That was great. I like that.
So I want to say something. I saw where Michelle said, "Don't tell people what to do." The cops and EMS have been there 3 times. Lisa is refusing to go. You're wasting the cops and EMS and their time. They can't take her if she says no. So if they keep coming out there and she keeps saying no, she's not going to go. So please understand that when you keep calling and stuff, that if she says no, she says no. There's nothing anybody can do.
Right. And we're not telling you what to do, but you are the one in the chat telling everybody what to do. If you want to call, that's on you. We can't stop you, but don't tell everybody else in the chat to keep calling. Because that's just, I mean, you're doing nothing but wasting resources at that point.
Right, and I said it before, it's the boy that cries wolf story. Just think about it like this, you all. If there is a day that she's on live, she literally passes out. You can see her passed out backwards or whatever the case may be. And you all keep calling those, and you call at that point, they're literally not even going to worry about it. And she's going to actually need the help. They're not going to go out there because they're going to say, okay, these are these people calling again, bothering us and stuff like that. So that's why we were just saying, you all are grown, do what you want to do. But at the end of the day, if you want to help her, don't waste resources.
Jen asked, can I ask if at some point can EMS force her to go, or is that against the law? Listen, the only way that they could force her to get into that ambulance if she's coherent, if she's not able to speak or do anything, they could put her in that ambulance. But as soon as they take her and wake her up, she could say, "I'm out, leave me go," and there ain't shit they could do. Nothing.
Right. Unfortunately.
Nothing. And once they're there and she's alert and she says, "Get the hell out of my house," they got to get the hell out of her house. The only way they can take her is if they say, can we help you? And if she's unable to answer. If she is unable to answer, that's when they'll put her on a thingy and take her up out.
Right.
And I hope that can be the case, because I've been saying this. I've been telling everybody that things are going to get worse with her. You're going to see. Look, my daughter just showed up at it. Look, what are you doing here? But it's going to get worse. And I said it, and I said this before. The only way Lisa's going to really want to leave in that ambulance, and she ain't going to want it, is it in a body bag. And I hope that I pray God breaks through to her. I pray today is the day that that grabs that hand and that she surrenders. Because right now she's thinking that she ain't got a problem.
Right.
We don't think we have a problem. We were oblivious to everything that is around us. We still think we good until even when everything around us is saying that it ain't. But no, they cannot take her. I had a dude that my old man was having a heart attack, and he was telling them, get the hell out of my house.
I've heard of that happening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Bad Brandy says, paramedic here, we cannot force anyone to do anything.
Nope.
You can't. Tech, I wanted to ask you, do you think like is this like is it normal for people to contact the families of addicts?
I don't know. I mean, it depends on like how close you are. Like, me, I've had people reach out to me to help their loved ones. You know what I mean? I've had, my family, and this was all before, social media. My family had cops that were keeping an eye on me. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. This TikTok, I don't know.
Not the way that people are reaching out to Jess and
On
Ronnie.
here, yeah.
Like, no.
Right, because I
That's
want people
insane.
to stop. Because she said they were calling her job and stuff, and I'm like, how did y'all even find out where exactly this lady works at? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a bit much.
People
That's
call
the
me
people
all
that
the
are.
time over
That's
my
the
daughter.
Yeah, that's the people that are seeing her nodding. Like the first time I heard the boy come into his room, into her room, and I heard it in his voice. Hate to talk about her, boy, but we all heard it that night. He said, "Mom," he thought she was gone. And I'm grateful that he's not there right now. But then she's still not well, so the sickness is still there. It's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse.
It is.
And I can't prepare anybody. Nobody can be prepared. That's why I choose not to really watch no more, because it's just gonna keep getting worse. She's gonna come on here with more lumps, and that's because she going out into the real world, or she owes somebody or something more. It's just gonna keep fucking getting worse. And the when you see her all pissed off and really going at it, it's one, she's coming down off of it. She might owe some people. It's just the reality. The reality for her is what she's trying to run from, and that the reality is too overwhelming for her. She's got too much, and she believes everything in her head. She ain't worthy. She ain't. Everybody else is better where they are. She's only hurting herself. It's just sad. It's very
Right.
sad.
I don't have much time. Thanks for letting me up, first of all. Yeah, I just want to say, like in healthcare, we are put in an unbelievable situation where it would be great to just load these people up and take them and help them, but there are laws against that. Lisa could be completely out of it, and EMS show up, get her in the truck, and the second she wakes up and says, "I don't want to go, you're not taking me," they have to let her go. It's just the way the law is. It sucks in a lot of ways, but it's just, and I know it's hard for some people to understand or believe, but that is the truth. And there's nothing. Our hands are tied.
And that's really sad. That's
Yeah.
got to be a hard job. And I want to say I commend you on doing that career, because that's got to be something very hard to do, and what you see and what you have to go through. And I want you to know that I appreciate your service, because it takes a special person to do it.
Absolutely.
I put my kids through hell and back. I left my daughter, the one that's right here right now. I left her and didn't see her for 4 years. She was 6 when I left. She thought I died and that nobody was telling her for 4 years. I come back, she was 10. I had to do supervised therapy, supervised visits with my abuser, her dad. I had to do therapy. I had to do everything on her time. I had to let her build the trust up because I had rocked all the trust that I had. So it took me 3 years to build back a relationship with her. That is difficult for Lisa to even. Lisa's in a bad fucking way, and she don't believe that she can. I'm sharing my story with my kids because I want people to know that you can rebuild back relationships. You might think a relationship is gone and it ain't ever gonna come back. You burnt that bridge. We can rebuild bridges. I rebuilt that bridge. I was getting there. So, man, if anybody's struggling today with this, please reach out to somebody because secrets keep us sick. Remember that. And I'm gonna go enjoy my time with my daughter. Secrets keep us sick. You tell on your disease any chance it stirs up.
I
It's
love you, Chuck. I love you,
cunning,
Chuck. Thank
dazzling,
you.
and powerful.
Love you, girl. Thank you.
Love you, Tech. Bye.
Okay.
Enjoy your time with your daughter.
Ooh, y'all, this has been one of them days today.
It has been a day. Goodness gracious, y'all. I want to mental check. How's everybody doing? Are y'all okay? If you need somebody to talk to, reach out to one of your friends on here. Reach out to someone
Sup?
who tells you that they're willing to talk to you.
What?
Ladies, I just want to tell you thank you for letting me come up and
Is my mic on?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know where that what came from.
Benji, your mic
I'm
is on.
only 6.
Oh, I don't have time for this.
Oh
What?
my God.
what?
What the heck?
Where
Oh my God.
it said
Yes.
that it was a friend of mine.
6-year-old child. Why was a 6-year-old child
He
in
looked
here?
like he was under his mommy's account.
Yeah,
That's what happened.
that's what it looked like.
But I will keep Lisa in my prayers, and I'm 12 years clean, and this has been a really tough day too.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
It has to be, um, you know,
And you
ugh,
know, I'm looking at my daughter doing a lot of the same things that I've done, and it's really hard situation for anybody. And I just pray that she gets the help she needs.
yeah.
Guys, for anybody who was following Jennifer, she has made it to Alabama safely. So thank you
Yay.
for my prayers.
Um,
Please, I've got a
hey, Brittany.
question.
Okay, I'll wait. Go ahead, you can go.
I'm sorry. I just have a real quick question. What is the possibility, I know it's probably pretty high, of her getting another batch laced with F?
Every time that she buys.
I
Hmm.
will say this. I'm from Pittsburgh, so I know Lisa in real life, and I've been up where where she lives. My sister used to live up there,
Mhm.
and it's really bad right now here in Pittsburgh. I mean, really bad. I know of 2 friends I just lost a couple of days ago from fentanyl. From F, sorry. But it's really bad here in Pittsburgh, like really bad.
Oh, I'm so sorry for your
Yeah,
loss.
I'm so
I'm
sorry to
so
hear that.
sorry.
And that's why
But I just
today,
wondered, I just hope that something triggers her to stop. I'm in healthcare as well as the other lady, and I've also seen people that were in active addiction as bad as her. Um, I had friends who did H in my basement and I didn't know it.
Oh, wow.
And as friends, and I'm really worried because I don't want to go down the road. My nephew was unalived 3 years ago from taurine, and I don't want to watch Lisa die the same way I had to watch. I'm sorry, unalive, the same way I watched him unalive because I found him.
Oh, Lord.
Wow.
So I'm praying for the family. I've been watching you guys all day. I've been outside doing chores listening to you guys. I even gave up listening to Jalen's accuser's mother because I wanted to make sure Lisa was okay. I go into her lives and I've been asked quite a few times. I said hi to her and I would just send a message asking me if I knew that that she faked her son having cancer and other things. And I told the gentleman real nicely, I said, yes, I know about Lisa, but I never knew that saying hi to someone was meaning that I was enabling them. I don't give money to anybody on the app, but that really kind of hurt my feelings because it really made me feel like, I know all about Lisa, but I didn't know that saying hi was such a bad thing. It was when she was having such a bad day that I wanted her to know that there were people out there that cared. And there was a few other times that I interacted in her chat, just telling her about my stepson having size 15 shoes and being almost 7 foot. And I was just trying to make her know that there was people out there who wanted to be her friend, other than giving her money. And I hope that nobody blocks me or is mad at me. But I'm the kind of person who I don't give money to anybody. I just wanted to let her know that there was somebody who did care for her. So I thank you guys for allowing me in the box. That was what I had to say.
Well, thank you. Hey, Biddy, I'm in a lot of pain. I'm going to go. I don't know where Biddy went. I didn't want to be rude and just leave.
Oh, yeah, you can. I had my microphone muted, didn't even realize it, and I'm sitting here talking. Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead and go get some. I'll check on you in a little bit.
All right.
All
Love you
right, love you.
guys.
All
All right,
right.
bye.
Bye.
Okay, so the comment that people were saying is, I am me, just me, 69 says, I am struggling. I see so much of myself in Lisa. I was that bad in use. 29 years later, I'm still struggling. Everybody, this is one thing about me. If you follow me, I'll follow you. If you unfollow me, I'll unfollow you. But please, if you guys want to support each other, put green hearts in the chat and follow each other, because you never know that one person you can help that's struggling or anything. So I am always want to help each other, follow each other. You never know that one person could be the one that's going to help you get through something. And today's been a traumatic day. There's a lot of people that it's affected. I mean, I've never been in addiction, and it triggered me really bad. So, yeah, I love the love and stuff. It's awesome.
Yes, the same goes for me. If you follow me, I'll follow you. If you unfollow me, I'll unfollow you. That's going on the t-shirt courtesy of Itty Bitty.
Yeah, I'm gonna make merch. I'm gonna make merch with that.
So
Yeah, Brittany.
so
Um, I just wanted to get on here and kind of share what I know. It was commented on very quickly earlier. It was stated very earlier, about not being able to OD on rack. And that's the truth, just like you can't OD on lettuce, but it being laced, with the F would certainly make anybody OD. And all it takes is a amount the size of a grain of salt to make somebody OD.
Rack certainly cause you to have a heart attack, though.
But it's going to happen quickly. What I saw from my experience, what I saw from Lisa earlier is either likely, I think she took all of her dose likely yesterday if she didn't have to quote unquote sell it. But she's at the point now where she hasn't either had anything, or she might have used the last that she had and the money's not coming in, And so like she's in a like a panic mode, you know, like it mean because like she doesn't know where she's getting that next lick from.
Yeah. And so people are asking, do they think that the plug dealer got a hold of her? I think that after listening to that recording, and I could be wrong, I think that her and Abby got into fist fight. That's
Agreed.
what I thought.
I agree with you. Can I say two things and
Yes.
I'll pop off just in case? So the two important things to me, you know, the whole call the police, call EMS over and over and over. If they've already went once, that potentially could unalive somebody else having a heart attack and things like that because they cannot get there.
Yep.
They are wasting their time, and I don't want to say it like that, but that's the reality. If she's not going to go, it is wasting their time, and somebody else could be waiting on that ambulance, having a heart attack, and those couple minutes that they've spent screwing around could cost them their life. Number two, yes, do not bully her. You know, do not bully her and stuff like that. But I see a lot of people in those chats that, oh, you look wonderful today. That doesn't help either. That gives her a false sense of security that nobody sees what is wrong. Don't bully, but blowing smoke up her hiney. Yeah. Oh, you look beautiful today. You look like you're doing so good. That, in her mind, lets her know that she has people even more fooled and all this other stuff. And we know it's not true. Be kind, offer an ear for her. But to sit here and, oh, you're doing wonderful. No, you're not. And that doesn't, in my opinion, that does not help either. Don't be a bully and tell her she looks terrible, but don't go in there acting like she's doing great because she's not. And that is going to give her more confidence to continue doing what she's doing because she thinks she has people snowed even more.
Exactly. And, you know, I never thought of it that way, but you are exactly right. And that is a powerful statement that you just said.
She thinks she's pulling more wool over people's eyes, and it's not helpful. Every time my ex was in the H, I had no idea. I was finding soot fingerprints all over the bathroom. He was putting it into his tattoos, so there was no way for me to see the marks.
Oh, wow.
And he would still work out, and he was taking some other synthetic stuff, you know, to make him bigger, but he was losing weight. And the problem was people were telling him, oh, you look great, you look this. So in his mind, he had people even more fooled, even though they knew they were trying to build him up, and it worked opposite because it gave him more confidence to come back and do the crap that he was doing.
Wow.
So those are my two things, you know, that, in my opinion, be there to support her, but don't blow smoke in her bum because that's just going to make her feel more powerful.
I agree, Janelle. I agree. Thank you for saying that because it's one of those things like if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything.
Correct.
If you have to lie to say something to her, don't say that either.
Correct. Because it's a false sense of security.
Yeah,
and
it is.
That also tells her that she's not as bad as she is. And that's not the truth.
Right. And the people who go in there and since she's on that, she has an eating stick. You know, people go in there and say, well, yeah, I spend that much money when I eat lunch. So, yeah, she needs it. She needs $30 for breakfast. I spend that much every day. And I'm like, there's no way you spend $30 for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
No. And we all know that. And I think people are going in with good hearts thinking the whole positivity is going to pull her out of it. And, you know, if we just build her up, that's good. No, that is actually doing more harm, in my opinion, than the bullying. And that's my opinion.
You know what's worse than the bullying? The people who go in there and think that they're going to befriend her. She doesn't want friendship. She wants your money. So they go in there and think, oh, well, I'll be the person that saves her. She needs this, she needs that. I'll provide it and she'll lean on me and I can help her. But it hasn't worked yet.
No, and it's okay to be there for somebody and to offer, hey, I'm here when you need me, but that is it. Once you go past that point, you are now somebody that they can lean on and play, and now you're part of the game. Until she wants to get to that point, nothing is going to change that, and even some of the positivity is damning.
Here's the thing, too, is that, think about it in this sense, she blocks people after they send her money.
Yes.
Yes.
That's where her mindset is. She you figured those would be the people she'd want to befriend. No, she blocks them.
Correct.
Well, she'll block them and also say that they Photoshop the receipts when they give the receipts to other creators and those creators produce them.
Yeah.
She'll say it's Photoshop. So, and people tend to believe it.
And this is the one thing that, I've heard some of the people there, well, I give her money because Jesus told me to. No, Jesus did not tell you to. Satan did. Because Jesus would not want you to give money to someone who is in active addiction.
Right.
It's not even for the food. And I just want to make that clear. That's not something Jesus would want you to do,
And it's their own insecurity showing as well, because that's just, they're giving for their own selfish reasons, whether they realize it or not. It has nothing to do with her.
Yeah.
Nothing. That is for them, and that is for them to feel good about themselves.
All right. This lady just posted, Lisa Richard just OD'd on live. Girl.
Where is that? Block them, whoever it is.
I'm sorry, y'all. That made my heart drop.
The sad reality is, though, that's what's going to
not
happen.
a joking matter to say that.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say something about that. I saw it.
I didn't see it, but I'll step down because I'm sure you got a million people that want stuff. But none of the comments of "we're so proud of you." There's no. I work with dogs for a living. You don't reward a dog that just bit you. You don't go, "Oh, here, you just bit me. Let me give you a cookie." That is exactly what these people are doing when they say, "I'm proud of you. I'm this. I'm that." No, you be proud of her when she's actually doing something and recovering. Right now, all that is giving her is more confidence, and she thinks she's got a better game than she does.
I absolutely love everything that you said, and you are amazing. Thank you so much.
You are welcome, and you ladies have a good evening. I'm going to continue to listen to everybody else's opinions.
You too, Janelle. And I'll see you over at Jennifer's live. We can talk about more about the dogs and stuff.
Yep, absolutely. And tell her enough with that dang filter. I can't take her seriously with all that crap
That's
in
what
her face.
I say every time I go in there. I'm like, what is
Alexis,
that?
how do you
Get it
know?
off.
It's cute. I like it.
No, I'm being funny, but it's like she's in her robe and she's got that stuff on, and I'm like, girl, I cannot take you seriously right now.
Right. I know what you mean.
It's Michelle that's saying all this.
Everybody that uses that gingerbread man and that raccoon filter on here, they crack me up. I don't hear anything they're saying because I'm staring at the filter.
I know.
Yep. All right, everybody, I'll continue to listen. I just wanted to put my 2 cents in. Not that it really matters, but that's just my opinion.
And I'm sorry about interrupting, but that comment just grabbed my attention because they put it in all capital letters, girl, and my heart dropped. I was like, oh my God.
It's Michelle that done that. I
Did
saw her
you hear
name.
anything about that? That Jess was on her way?
Yeah, Jess was here. Jess was here.
I've not been on almost all day, so I'm kind of out of the loop. Is
Yeah.
she okay, Lisa, or did something happen?
She was on live and she was like nodding out, and
I
she
seen
was
that.
yeah. So anyway, it was like nobody knew what was going on. So the police and EMS were there like 3 times. Jess came over to live, and she, told everybody that they were heading over there. Then Jess came back and said that she wouldn't go, and that's the last update that we've had, is that Jess said that she would not go. So she's not going to go. So you can't
Well,
make
see,
her.
at that point, and I know each state's different. I'm learning that about Pennsylvania. The more I talk to people. But I know, like with Florida, if you can tell that someone is actively on drugs at that moment, then in the state of Florida, the family can say no. She's obviously can't make her own decisions for her own life. We want her taken, and then we want her in
Yeah.
the hospital.
Can you hold on 1 second? Because Brittany's been in the box. And bless her heart, she hasn't been able to say anything. So, Brittany, I didn't forget about you. I want to hear from you, girl. Bring it on.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I seen the live today and it's just really sad. I just know for a fact that I don't think she's gonna get help unless it comes to rock bottom. And rock bottom for her could be, sadly death. But if she can get money online, it's so easily because people do send her money. Even though, she says she's not getting money, people send her money. And that's when she usually gets off really quickly when, she has the money she needs. Or, she harasses people for money. Like, even if I think she like calls people or like messages people that have sent her money before to send money to her. So
Yes.
she gets money, and then she's going to continue to do this. There's just no way for anybody to get her to stop because she doesn't want to. She doesn't want to. And you can't, and you're never going to get her to get help unless she wants to. So
Yeah. And one thing that I noticed was when she was on live and stuff, and as messed up as she was and everything else, people were still sending her money. I'm like, are you kidding me?
yeah, she usually, I saw the other clip from the other day where she's like screaming and yelling at people like, no one's my friend, give me money. Like, even my friends aren't sending me money. Like, I think she's not getting as much money as she used to because people are starting to be worried about her. But there are new people that come in every day, and there are people that send her money because they want her to get offline. They want to see her demise. They think it's entertaining. But there's other people that are just new and they don't really know, which I don't understand how you can't see that she's not spending money on food and that she's not, what I mean? She doesn't need, she has food stamps. She has, oh, and then she's like also filtered her, TikTok so you can't put in their food stamps or things because people will say that. So she has filtered words so you can't, say certain things, or she blocks people when they say, hey, we did send you money already. So she knows what she's doing, and I feel really bad because a lot of people were calling her sister. I think they said on another live like her sister got over like 100 calls,
Yes.
and while she's at work and stuff like that, and that's unnecessary because she knows what her sister's doing, and she can't even help her own sister. So I would say don't contact her family because they are aware and they can't make her get help and there's nothing they can do.
Yeah, Jess was on this live, and she was saying that her and Ronnie were together and they were going to head that way. But I was amazed that people were calling Jess's boss.
Right.
Yep. And just to say that she got over 100 messages just this morning.
I was like just floored that.
Yes. Aside from all the other days, just this morning she said she had 100 messages.
And they have her sister Jess and Ronnie have taken out their last name. They're still tracking them down. I mean, it's absolutely. I just please don't contact them. Leave them alone. They've got enough on this, and they also have a personal life outside of Lisa. Jess has a wonderful business as I think a wedding what is it, coordinator. She does like invitations and all kinds of stuff. So you guys, and I'm not saying anybody in the chat here is doing it, but if it does get out, we are being streamed. I mean, we are being recorded for YouTube. Just please leave the family alone. Please, I'm begging you guys. If you don't listen to me on any other thing, just please listen to me about the family.
And if I can say this from personal, again, going back from personal experience, I going into my relationship with my ex, consider myself a intelligent person, but when it came to like addicts and that stuff, I was, we'll say, naive. It's not that I was sheltered from it when I was a kid. I was just never really around anything like that. As time went on and my ex, he started I can't necessarily say that he relapsed. He did, but he was an H user. Then he was clean, but then he went into any other mind altering drugs you could get a hold of. And essentially, my sleep schedule, it became all out of whack. I was up all hours of the night. I was, doing things that, maybe not illegal, but just unethical in my book. And, listening to the just one more time. And it wasn't until somebody told me that I was a codependent, that like it really clicked in about really how much I was enabling my ex at the time. And essentially, like, her dad is a codependent. And until her sister was able to essentially walk away a few days ago, she's still kind of a codependent, but like when you're hardcore in there and you just don't realize it because you think that what you're doing is helping your loved one by, even giving them rides to the clinic or making sure they have cigarettes or, even giving them a pillow, it's all enabling, all of it, no matter how much. And it's that codependency. And,
Yeah.
like, it can, like, it took me a year and a half to recover from that.
Oh, exactly. So people are asking about an update. So as far as we know, the police have been out there at least in EMS 3 or 4 times. She refuses the treatment. Jess and Ronnie went over there. She will not go. She's not doing anything. She will not go. So by law, they cannot make her go. So how this day is going to play out is all up in the air. We don't know. But you guys, your favorite villain is in here. She's a rock star. So, hey girl, hey.
Hi, I'm sorry. I just got out of the shower, so I'm going to leave my camera off. Somebody mentioned something, so I'm on both sides here, right? I am an addict in recovery, and I also was in a decade-long relationship that ended because he decided to relapse, right? Loving an addict is probably one of the most difficult things that I have ever had to do in my entire life. Because you cannot, there is nothing you could say, there is nothing you can do. They will not stop until they're ready. Lisa is a prime example, okay? She lost her children, okay? If you're not going to stop for your kids or at least even attempt to put yourself together in any way, shape, or form, I don't know that there's anything that's going to help her besides prison.
Absolutely.
Because there's no, like, you see, it's unfortunate, right? Because even in active addiction, I also dealt with Miss Ashy Cat for many years, right? And I would see it with her where you have the vast majority of people that do awareness, right? Most people want to see them get to the other side. You want them to live a successful life. You want them to get sober because I want that for everybody, right? But there is absolutely a small percentage that will absolutely be throwing her money to keep the shit show going. It's unfortunate, but it's the way it is. And unfortunately, the best thing that people could do is what you're doing. I dealt with Ashley for 3 years, right? Even when she was pregnant and using, kept going, right? People are not going to stop until they have like a reality check enough to give them pause. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, exactly.
And it sucks. If she was in Florida, whoever mentioned that before, if she was in Florida, it's unfortunate because the state that she lives in doesn't have very many ways for a family member to force it,
Yeah,
right?
my sister said it's like a conservatorship in
Right.
Pennsylvania.
It's really unfortunate, and I've never I can't believe that it hasn't gotten to her yet. Like, I can't believe that nothing has happened. You know what I mean? Because she is so flagrant about it. She is so blatant about it. Everything is recorded, right? So I don't know how it's gone on so long.
I don't either. I really don't. And today I really thought that this might have been her day to be like, I need, this is enough. But I'm with you. It doesn't matter if her kids are gone,
right?
Whatever. She doesn't care. All
That's
she
one
cares
less
about.
obstacle. That's one less responsibility
Yes,
that she
and
has
that's why she is, all she cares about is the DOC. And
I didn't see it all. I only saw a brief moment of it. I actually went into her chat myself because I don't. I somebody said it while I was in the shower. Something about taking away from somebody that needs EMS for a heart attack, and those 3 minutes that they're wasting on Lisa because she isn't gonna go with them.
Yeah.
She doesn't want help. So
Yeah.
I was telling the chat, please don't waste resources because that's not the answer. But from what it looked like to me, it looked like it was benzos and probably her normal medicine that she takes. That's kind of what it looked like to me anyway. And I'm pretty good at spotting out substances. But it's Sunday, right? And when I was in active addiction, I would sell my Sunday bottle or trade it, right, for benzos. So I could see that happening. But it's listen, anybody in active use right now it's Russian roulette. Every time you use, you risk your life. Every time.
You are so correct.
My ex even said that, we'll say now 7 years ago, that he said that he, like I said, for 15 years he was an active H user. He broke his back, and the doctors prescribed him everything under the sun. But either way, he said after he had been clean for a few years that if he had ever gone back to using again, which at that time it was unbeknownst to me that he was back to using other things, but he said he would never ever touch H again or even try to look for it. He said because he knows without even having to look for it that it's not what it was when he was.
It's not. It's not. So I had 5.5 years sober when I relapsed. I used once and I overdosed.
Oh, wow.
So, but when you think about it, it's a similar situation. When I first got sober, it was actual heroin. It's not anymore.
Right.
And I heard somebody mention before something about the other substance, the one that she uses. I've had friends die of overdoses because everything is laced with fence. Everything.
Yes. Yep.
So it doesn't even matter what you're using, you can still it's unfortunate and it's scary, but it's the reality of the disease of addiction, and it's unfortunate that she can't. It's sad for even family. It's sad to watch somebody you love, especially in front of the entire world, right? Like, this isn't a private issue. Lisa is on the internet every single day doing what she's doing, and her family has to see that as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's unfortunate. It's sad, and I don't think that anybody should be. I'm sure the family's worried already, right? And I know that there are people that do talk to the family. I'm not referring to those people. I'm talking for like the other people. I'm sure that they got a million messages today, right? It's sad, but it's not. They already deal with enough. Like, they shouldn't have it thrown in their face more,
Exactly. Because I don't know if you were in here at the time when her sister was in here, but
I was at work.
they were calling her job, her sister's job.
Mm-mm.
You know,
I
yeah,
think a lot of people haven't seen, so a lot of people, like you were saying earlier, they don't know somebody that's been addicted. They've never seen that, like people nodding out. They've never seen
Sure.
what it looks like. I
Right.
mean, nowadays you can walk, like I live in Arizona,
Mm.
like there you can go up to, not necessarily where I live, but in the city, there's
Hmm.
people outside smoking,
Oh yeah.
eating. There's people nodding off. It's
Hmm.
everywhere. Like, I mean, it's not like it's in the hiding where you don't see people using drugs right out in the open, or
Oh
rugs,
yeah.
sorry,
I
using rugs right out in the open. And so some people don't know that and see it. So when they see her doing it on live, they're always like, oh, she's ODing.
Right.
She's nodding out,
Right.
it's part of it. And like, maybe she hasn't had that much. She did look really bad today, but
Yeah.
I mean, Abby's her mod, so she's in the other room and sees what her mom looks like. She probably sees her mom like that all the time, and
So
it's probably like,
clip that I did see was Abby yelling at her because she was
yeah,
not.
she
And
wanted her to get
Abby
off the
was
live,
trying to wake
probably
her
like
up.
that.
Yeah, right. And that's sad too. Listen, I know that just I personally, for me, I have adult children, and I would never involve them in what she's doing. It's super unfortunate that she didn't do better, right? But Abby, from what I hear, I haven't seen proof yet, but I have heard that she is also in active addiction, which
That's what I've been hearing too,
is
because I
unfortunate.
remember when I first started watching, like when, well, like her son Jace and Abby would yell at her to get off get off and stop embarrassing them, and
Yeah.
stuff like. But now all of a sudden she's her mod, so obviously now she's okaying with her being on there. So maybe she's getting funds for both of them. So, you know,
I
and she helps her.
remember, so because I dealt with Miss Ashy Cat for so long, right? People would constantly tell me, "Have you seen Lisa and Jace? Have you seen Lisa?" And I would always, um, I knew who she was, but I didn't really investigate too much into it until recently, because some of the people from the anti Miss Ashy Cat community started posting more of Lisa. So then I started seeing more of it, and that's kind of how I got involved, because I really don't. I tried to retire, right? I was tired of it. I didn't really want to do it anymore. But then when I heard her screaming at her mods, I was like, what the hell? And that was kind of it for me, because the entitlement is really what gets me.
Yes, yes.
Like, that's what drives me crazy about her. And I've gotten a shit ton of emails with screenshots of, and she does, even if these people, she messages them behind the scenes. Somebody told me they had to change their phone number because she was just constantly asking for
Wow.
money. It's crazy that it's gone on this long. I can't. She it's the only thing that's going to stop her is prison or death,
I've
unfortunately.
seen on my For You page, like when they always have like people clips of her screaming. I don't always catch her lives, but I have seen the clips of her screaming at people to give her money, and that no one's giving her money. And you guys are supposed to be my friends. No, I
Right.
haven't even got a dollar. Like, just yelling. And I mean, the entitlement of, that thinks that we people should have to give their hard earned money to her for cigarettes, she
Yeah, that's
says, or
crazy.
groceries, she says. But then when people are like, I'll order you DoorDash, she doesn't respond to those comments.
Oh, that's what it was. It was the grocery. The next morning, I woke up and saw the grocery receipt thing, and that just really upset me, because listen, my mom was sick last year, and one of my friends held a fundraiser for her, right? And I dealt with shit for a long time for that, first of all. Second of all, I was so grateful for the people that helped, when my mom needed it. I could never imagine getting on this app and degrading and yelling at them and expecting
Yep.
them to do something for me. It's truly insanity. It really is nuts to me.
And
and
this
they
is the
do it.
crazy
That's
part
what's
is,
insane, is that they
it's
do it.
Oh
But
yeah.
I want to say when I started on this awareness for Lisa and stuff, um, I had saw Jess and Ronnie, and Jess was crying, saying, "Please stop sending money. You're unaliving my sister," and so forth. So I sat there and thought about it. I was like, "What way can I do to make a change?"
Mm,
It's the money app, and that's what I went after.
yeah,
And
that's smart.
yeah, and look what it's doing. It's made a huge difference in a short
Absolutely.
amount of time,
Hmm.
and that's what I was doing.
Yep.
So
So I did something similar with Miss Ashy Cat, but she was monetized on YouTube. What I did was I went for the ad revenue, right? I started contacting the ads that played in front of her videos, and they would blacklist her channel, right? That's the way to go about it, is to circumvent, right? Like, the videos are always the least of what I do. I'm really good at digging up information. I'm really good at finding an angle to get something done. But I think with Lisa, it was the payment apps. The payment apps was a good way to go, because she's also, it's going to follow her, right? And her identification is always going to be her identification, right? Even if she got a new ID, which I don't believe that either, even if she got a new ID, the identification number would still be the same. Her name, her date of birth will all be the same. So the payment apps will have a record of that, right?
right,
And they will lock it down.
yeah,
Right, and
and
that's the thing about it. It's good that they're doing the money app, but the
Mm-hmm.
part that I just don't like is how people get on here and judge the sisters and say you all should be doing more, or I can
No.
do this,
Mm-mm.
and Jess said it before. There's no one that's going to magically do anything that they haven't already
Right.
tried.
And I believe that. I believe that.
yeah, and also too, I make a joke of it because I do have a sense of humor. But I'm like, me and the fraud guy at Cash App, we're dating because we talk almost every day. You know, I
Yeah.
mean, and I've been on the phone with PayPal, Venmo, whatever it took. I took my downtime, and somebody asked me, "Why do you care so much?" Well, first of all, I don't like seeing people get scammed out of money. But
Right.
second of all, we have a human being that's dying in front of our eyes,
Literally.
and I can't. I'm gonna do something, and I just went after what I thought was right. So
I follow a woman on here whose daughter's an addict. I followed her for years, and the daughter goes, she's sober now, and but she was in active addiction. She got sober, and she said something, I don't know, maybe about a year ago, that really stuck in my head, and it's do what you can live with, right? Because the truth of it is, tough love doesn't work, right?
right,
So she started meeting her daughter in active addiction and still showing her love. And I don't know how many people know or are educated on addiction, but the opposite of addiction is connection, right? And
yep,
and there's always trauma under there, right? So obviously
right,
when people are struggling with addiction, they're trying to numb themselves, which is why I, in my email with Lisa originally, just before I started posting her, I did send her an email and offer her help, and I told her I couldn't fathom not having a rig in my arm every hour. If you would have told me 10 years ago that I would have 5.5 years clean, I would look at you like you were out of your minds. It wasn't even in the realm of possibility for me, but it happens, right? And but she needs, she's covering right now. I'm imagining it's the children, right? Bruce
Yeah.
and Jace, and that's really, it's not something easy to deal with, right? So she's shame. All she feels is shame. That's not going to get any better. It's super unfortunate, honestly, because she doesn't understand that life could be better, right? Like, I think that she's absolutely comfortable in the life that she's living, which is absurd to like normal people, but she doesn't see anything wrong with it,
Yeah,
you
she
know?
doesn't.
well, yeah, because
Yeah,
people
I
are
think
funding
yeah,
her.
it's the same. Go
Because
ahead.
people are funding her lifestyle, and
Right.
so they make it
Hmm.
so easy for her. So she feels. I mean, she even said lately, there's 2K in here. Y'all should be
Yep.
paying for my presence.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I did hear somebody say while I was in the shower, they said, because I used to say the same thing about Ashley, stop lying to her, right? Don't go in her chat and tell her she looks good. Don't be mean. You don't have to be mean, but you should be honest, right?
Yeah.
And that those types of people, they cause more harm than good, right? Like, and they might not think of it that way, because I do think that they genuinely believe that they're just trying to combat some of the hate that Lisa gets, right?
Mm-hmm.
However, it's counterproductive to like the goal, right? Like, the goal is for Lisa to be happy, healthy, and sober. And if you're lying to her or sugarcoating shit to her, she's not gonna realize how bad the problem is.
yeah, exactly.
That's
Exactly.
true.
Hey y'all, I'm fixing to get off. I just want to come in the box real quick and
Okay.
just, tell everyone, coming from somebody who has been clean for 13 years, seeing that live this morning, I remember being in that place that Lisa's at. So I wanted to ask everybody, just pray for her. Pray for her to get the help that she needs and the strength to do it, because that's the hardest part to me anyway, is finding that strength inside of you to go, I need help, and what you're going to face while you're trying to get that help. It was a trigger for most this morning, I'm sure, because watching it, I wanted to go through the phone screen and just be like, come with me. Come with me to Florida. Come with me to get help. I will set you up. But unfortunately, the phone wouldn't take me through. Um, and just pray for her right now. She needs the prayers. Like, and what everyone else is saying is right. Don't go into a live telling her, oh, you look great. Because y'all might think it's funny. Y'all might think, oh, ha, 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 let's watch her crumble. But remember, that is somebody's mother, somebody's sister, somebody's daughter. Stop getting your rocks off on watching her crumble, because that's not what any of us, and Itty Bitty and Miss Jennifer and everybody who's out there trying to make awareness and stop the payments, it's not a joke to anybody else. And I've been in the lives and I've seen people tell it to pew pew and this and that, and well, go hit another rock. Or why does people have to be so cruel? Why do y'all have to do that to somebody, knock them when they're down? I don't get it.
Because they're hiding behind a keyboard and they just, you know, it's just ridiculous. There's complete morons out in this world, and no matter what you say or do, they're going to keep on being morons. And
Yeah, like I've gotten so many hateful messages from people talking about, just let her go. Why do y'all care so much? Or you think you're better because you've been clean, and just no one has ever gone in this box and ever said I'm better than somebody. Just be kind and pray.
well, thank you for that, Danny. I appreciate it.
Right?
I mean, Miss Itty Bitty works her tail off, y'all, to stop these apps. And I do go on Lisa's lives, and I do write people and tell them, please stop sending money. I have one lady, because I've been on the phone trying to do the animal part of it, and PA is a very, very weird state, y'all. Very weird state with the laws and regulations and how things are done, and animals are considered property. And I got such a hateful message from this lady telling me that if I succeed with it, I'm going to be the reason she goes downhill. And how am I going to sleep at night when we're so worried about the money?
Yeah, I don't know. I
It's
don't.
crazy.
I mean, here she was on the live, and you could tell something's not right and everything, and people
Mm-hmm.
are sitting there, what's going on? Do you need help? People are still sending her money. They were
Yeah.
still saying that people were in there bullying her. It's
I
like, what?
think. I think at this point, a lot of people the people that give her money are creators themselves, because then they can use it in their own stuff to say, yeah, I did it, so what?
No, I have a message I can show itty bitty. I literally wrote a lady and said, please don't send her money. She's in active addiction. Like, let's not contribute to it. And the lady wrote me back and said, why not? We like watching her go crazy.
Yeah, so I went through that with Ashley as well, and the problem that I ran into, at least with Ashley, is I had to remember that there's also people that she burned, right? That she did something to, and they have every right to feel the way they feel, right? So it's really hard. I don't know why this app, more than any other social media app, has such bad trolling. I don't know why. I don't know what makes it different. Maybe the ability to create accounts to circumvent bans, but I don't. For some reason, this app is probably the worst I've seen. And
Yeah,
has
I
anybody tried
agree.
tagging? I know that people do post people that gift up, but has anybody tried tagging them in videos to show them, like, look at what you're supporting? Because I do think that
That
some
doesn't
people don't
that doesn't
know.
matter. Today, like on her live today, when she was nodding
There's
out,
no
there
excuse.
was somebody that was gifting her.
Yeah.
There was somebody that was gifting her, and it then, like, somebody commented on it. Then somebody else gifted her, and those two went back and forth gifting her like it was a contest.
That's terrible.
yeah,
If
and
any of her,
I have called out the people, in my videos and stuff,
Hmm.
and they'll come back. I had only one, no, two. One was a mental health counselor that was sending
Wow.
her money, and I called her out on it, and she had to end up making her account private and stuff.
Do you know her
Another
name?
one, yeah,
Can you could DM it to me?
yeah, my DM is down until the 23rd, but I'll get it to you.
Yeah, or email. I posted my email yesterday, I think it was, so that I could get start
Okay.
arranging some more proof. I do, because people like that, they have a duty to report, right?
Exactly.
So what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? That's
That's
unfortunate.
really weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's what I was thinking. Maybe start tagging the people that are gifting, because I do think I tend to give people, I try anyway, to give people the benefit of the doubt, as far as maybe they don't know. Like somebody said before, maybe they don't know what addiction looks like. They've never seen somebody in that condition before, right? So I really try to give people the benefit of the doubt. But once they're shown, I'm a firm believer in, when you know better, you do better, right? So if they're aware of it and they continue, that's something else. But if they're shown in a respectful, not bully-like manner, then they tend to open their eyes. You know what I
right.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
I'll
don't know
start talking.
if y'all heard, but it was alleged that um, on that Wednesday, the day she took a mental health break, that a single mother didn't really know the situation and paid her $250,
What?
and then of course tried to get it back, but it,
That's crazy.
Okay, so I don't know. There was somebody, I guess, is that the day that I did the YouTube live? It might have been. Somebody did send me, I think it was multiple transactions. Let me go
it was
back.
a Wednesday. I will say that. I just don't want to
I
say
remember.
somebody's birthday. I don't want to say his name.
Yep,
So
I had heard it. I had heard that.
yeah,
And then I was doing a live on a different situation on YouTube, and a girl came into my live and said that she had given Lisa $280. And I was like, oh, so you're the one that did it? And I said, can you email me the screenshots? And when she did email me, it was back in, I want to say May, and it was over like 3 or 4 days in multiple different increments. So I don't know if people are getting confused or if it's two different people or if it's the same person. They just got the timing wrong.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have a screenshot of the person that said that comment to me. I can send that to you if you want, and like see if you can.
Right, yeah. That way we know it's the same person. Nobody should be giving her that kind of money.
No.
No.
Nobody should even give her $1.
I agree.
You know, what's crazy is that Chime. I use Chime. It's kind of like Cash App, but like to me, there's other advantages with Chime. I have a regular bank account as well, but you know, like, but with Chime, they have this thing where you can send what they call boosts. Okay, so it'll allow you to overdraft your account. You know, and you only start off with, I think, $20. You know, at first you have to build up to a certain amount or whatever. But what those boosts do is, you know, say again, it like overdrafted the account by $20. If I send like if somebody sends me a boost, then that gives me an overdraft now of $25, and it's $5 per person, but you only have 4 boosts. You know, so it's not like giving money, whatever, but. Oh, and you can't withdraw it. Like you have to like spend the overage. You can't like just go and withdraw that money. But and like even when I heard the chime and whatever, I don't know anybody else but one person that has chime to give a boost to. So I have 3, but like I wouldn't even send her that. You know, like.
Yes, no, nobody should be sending her nothing. Not even I don't even think people should donate food or because she has those things. She has
I agree.
resources, and I think that you guys are just helping her can maintain her lifestyle, and she needs to, really have a reason to stop.
I
Like
agree.
because she needs to get a job, she needs to be she's an able-bodied person. If you want to help somebody, like somebody else was saying, go help a veteran, go help somebody on the street that has no home or roof over their head.
I agree.
At an animal shelter.
Yeah, because
right? Animals.
That is something that I have preached and preached and preached. Do not send people money on this app. Your local community has so many nonprofits that need money. Homeless shelters, the first thing that they say that they need are socks because homeless people's feet get wet from the rain and the snow and they get very sick. So that's one thing that homeless shelters need.
I understand, like, listen, this app is capable of amazing things, right? I've seen some really amazing things happen on this app, but it's also capable of bad things, right? And when I tell you, when I log into like my alt that like I use because people block me because of who I am, right? I'll scroll from like an alt. It is all scammers. Everybody asking for one thing or the next. And it's unfortunate because there really are so many people that need the help or could use the help and these people just take advantage of it. It's crazy to me.
And they're learning from each other too.
Agree.
That when I first got on this app, like I like for the longest I wouldn't get TikTok because like my job said we couldn't have it on my phones, and like then they decided we couldn't because I work for the government. But anyway, then they said they couldn't tell us we couldn't have it on our personal phones. But regardless, I finally downloaded it because there was only certain things I wanted to watch, and you had to have TikTok to see it. So once I started watching it, you would scroll, and there would just be so many people just asking for money, and I really, like there'd be, and even in other countries, there's like disabled people on here, and that's how they get their money, because you'll just see a lot of people in really bad like issues, like they're going through a lot, I guess, but this is how they get money. And I was thinking this is all that this app is. People either with the lives where they battle, like I mean I started to really not like it. I like the app for certain things, but for people just using it for their to support their whatever.
I agree. I
crazy.
agree. I really feel strongly about like the battle creators that do it all day, every day. Like I could understand people doing it once a month and donating a percentage of that to a charity or whatever. while we're
Yeah.
talking about charities, Izzy White is a whole fraud, but I could understand that. But these people, they just bleed their following. Same people all day, every day. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan.
Yeah,
Not a
and
fan.
some of these that they're gifting these people, like the galaxies and
It's
stuff, is
crazy.
expensive.
And you
And
know what's crazier is these people, I've seen literal people going into credit card debt just so a creator will say their name. It's insane. And the creator is only getting 40% of the gift that they bought anyway.
yeah,
It's just like when you see the celebrities get on, like people are gifting all of that stuff to celebrities. That is, I
Jeffree
don't understand.
Star.
Yes, he's one of them,
Why?
but I mean any celebrity that gets on, and I'm like, these people make so much money, and you're donating you
Crazy.
just want to send them a little gift. They're not even
Yep.
gonna recognize you. There's like,
Yep.
I
Yep.
don't understand.
And I
Selena
don't.
Gomez was actually on a live, and people started sending her gifts, and she had said something, and whomever was in her house or whatever commented like, "Yeah, they're giving you money essentially," and like she was like, "Don't send me your money,"
Yep.
and like ready to shut down the live for
Yeah.
it. Like,
Some people, I don't mind. I mean, I'm guilty. I gift all the time, right? But but it's the battles that I'm like, what?
Oh, and they're
What?
big battles too.
Every day? You're doing this every day? No, come on.
yeah, but some of them are making like
Huge money.
$2,000 in a battle.
Huge
$2,000.
money. Huge
Yeah.
money. Huge money. Which it's I actually looked up. I think I screenshot it. I looked up what Lisa made in gifts on her last on her main. I looked up I think it was yesterday. I might have stored it in Dropbox. I'll tell you what she made. I think it was like $100 and something in like a month.
Yeah, but she can't get her gifts though. That's the one good thing this app has done.
I'm waiting.
Say it again.
This is the one good thing that this app has done is Lisa can't get her gifts. She can't exchange her gifts or anything like that.
Really?
Yeah, no, she cannot get them. That's why she'll tell you, tell people in the chat, don't send the gifts. I can't get them because first of all, she can't. She's not a content creator, but that's not it. I think she has used so many PayPal accounts and stuff.
Oh, that might be true. PayPal, yeah.
Yeah,
That makes
and
sense.
yeah,
So why
and so
doesn't she shut them off so that these people aren't wasting the money?
if,
Doesn't care. She
Oh
doesn't
my
care.
I
goodness.
don't care.
She
Yeah,
doesn't care about anybody. Like, it's not
I
sending her
agree.
money at right in that minute. I believe and I don't think and these people, like somebody was saying earlier about like, oh, they want to be friends with her, they want to talk to her, or they want her to like her. She doesn't. She's not gonna care.
Yeah, because if
Like,
she was going to receive the gifts, she would be promoting that
yeah,
really
send me
fast.
gifts. Send me
Yeah,
gifts.
you're right. You're right. I forgot about the
But
spending.
plus, it takes them for so long to get the gifts. It's like they only get them once a month or something like that. So that's not going to help her right now,
yeah,
too.
but
Right.
not a
They
big
pay
cash.
Well,
on
you get it on.
Wednesdays.
Yeah, you get it on Wednesdays. It automatically goes into your
Oh,
Yep.
PayPal.
okay. Well, I
And
want to know why
subscriptions.
I want to know why TikTok can't ban her because they have done it before for certain people, from what I'm understanding.
Okay,
But
so
and then also, why when she goes live, if people start reporting like this live, why doesn't it get
it go
shut
down.
off?
It should go down. I've been reporting her when I catch her live. So here's the thing, right? I know that you guys are fairly new to me, but I have banned 60 TikTok accounts. Okay. Because I do what I do, right?
Yeah.
Not because I'm scamming or I'm, but technically what I do is break community guidelines, right? People don't like it, and then you get mass reported, right? Because once I would lose 6 accounts in a day. So I could see both sides of it, right? Because if TikTok instituted IP bans, I wouldn't be here either.
Yeah.
So it's like a double-edged sword.
Yeah, I didn't know. Well, I mean, when it's something like that, I mean, there's a difference between
I
begging and
understand.
then being, you know what I mean? Like that. I mean, just her being on live like that should be against policy.
I
Like,
agree. It should be. You're absolutely right. I did try to talk to have the only reason why I still have this account is because it's agency protected. I'd have lost it a year ago, but like I tried to talk to my agent, right? Because they have TikTok contacts. That's I don't see, right? Because even with I've been thinking about it. That's what I do, right? I try to come up with things that are not so common, but you got to understand the other side of it as well. TikTok makes bank off these gifts, right?
Oh yeah.
Bank. So if they are making money, oh, Austin's back. I seen him last week, a couple of days ago, actually.
Oh no. Really?
Yep.
Oh gosh. Well, this is my thing. This is what I think TikTok should do. Anybody that comes onto this app and wants to beg for money and use their cash money apps, TikTok should have to charge them a fee. And then anything that they make on that, when they're begging, they should have to pay TikTok a percentage. And I bet you this begging thing would just stop.
It's unfortunate because they have to be aware of it, right? Like they have to be aware of the fact that this is what's going on this app, right? Like it's too much of a widespread problem for them to be.
Isn't it against the rules anyway? That's why she always has to say the CA, not Cash App.
It is.
Not,
It's technically against community guidelines, right? You're not supposed to promote, right? And let's be honest, it's fraud, right? So, but it still comes back, no violation every single time.
And it just amazes me. Like, I got my DM shut down for 30 days. Some stupid guy comes in my box when I'm trying to record and stuff about a sugar daddy thing. And I told him to F off. And then I get banned. But, and I've gone rounds with TikTok too on, because right now they are on me trying to shut down my videos. So I'm always doing an appeal after appeal after appeal. Finally, I contacted, TikTok, and I'm like, I'm getting tired of this. You let Lisa do blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I've done it all.
Down on, you want to stop my videos or whatever else, you better put my video back up. I'm about tired of this,
That's why I'm trying to I'm trying to talk to the agent, right? Because I know that he has direct TikTok contacts, and I'm hoping that does something, right? It's crazy. It's crazy.
Awesome. That would be awesome if you could.
Right, but that's the thing. Like, even if they banned her account, she would make a new one. Thank you, Chrissy. She would make a new one, right? And even if somebody is IP banned, all they got to do is get another device.
Yeah.
So, like, there's always going to be a way to circumvent it, right? That's why I still say the payment apps, right? That was the best way to go. That was going to be, thank you, Brandy. That was the best way to go because the payment apps are going to be a long lasting thing, right? And because it's a banking institution, or it's considered one, I should say, right? That is going to follow her, right?
Yes, and the Cash App people, this is what she's doing is considering money laundering.
Correct.
Because she's using other people's accounts and stuff and everything. And so anyway, she's used business accounts and everything. It's coming together. They're building
business accounts. I actually, somebody, the girl actually that sent me the screenshots of the 280, she's got another business account. Hold on, I'll tell you the name of it. So I was talking about it on Reddit the other day because I was like, well, clearly she's been doing this for a while, right? Because I think that they were from, I'm looking for it, hold on. I think that they were from, did I say May? There was 280 screenshots, $280, excuse me, in screenshots. It's called Landlord Living. That's the name of the
I got today, just in my email, one person sent me, she has 40 Cash Apps that she has created within the last week.
Perfect.
Lisa?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, because she keep getting shut down, and I kept thinking she was getting them back after a certain time because it seems like she gets them back later.
No, they shut them down.
Yeah, no, they're shutting them down, and that's why the payments are failing because they are well aware of what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And especially because they're paying attention to when she's on live and she's asking to send to, CACA. Well, all this money starts coming in, and that's when they're shutting them down and refunded the money back to the people. So they're really on it, and I'm so happy with CA on their process because they've
I
been
spoke
amazing.
to Venmo the other night too, as well. I spoke to Venmo and gave them a list of
Yes, I have to.
yeah, I gave them a list of ones that I know that she's been using.
Yeah, so and we've come together in numbers, and it's really has helped.
Right. Sure. Absolutely. But the money apps, that's going to be the long listing issue, right? Because she can't change her name. Well, she can, but she's not gonna, right? She can't change her date of birth like that. That is going to be the best way is the money apps.
Exactly.
And I
that's
feel
and that's what like I said, when I started out in this, I was like, wait a minute, I'm seeing what all other awareness is doing. No, I'm gonna think outside the box, and then I went after.
You have to with them.
Yeah.
I was, damn, I forgot what I was going to say. I feel sorry for the people that let her use their payment apps, right?
Yeah, that's what
They're
I was
going to
gonna
get
say. 'Cause
taxed for that money.
Yeah,
They're
well,
going to
I
get
was gonna
taxed for
say
it.
because she would put somebody's up, and then all of a sudden theirs would get banned, and I'm like, aren't they gonna be mad that you banned their Cash App?
Not just that, but they're going to have, they're going to be responsible for that with taxes. What are
Exactly.
these people doing?
And that's considered a money mule because they're keeping a certain percent, so they're going to go down with her.
It's crazy, honestly. It's all so crazy. All right. Well, thank you for having me. I just wanted to see what I missed today.
Coming. I appreciate it. And
No
everybody follow your favorite villain on TikTok. And
I really don't post her here. I post her more on YouTube because,
That's the next thing I was going to say is please subscribe to her YouTube.
Yes.
Everybody follow each other. Let's more in numbers. So
have a good night, guys.
You too. Bye. All right, Kyle. Whew. This has been a day. Make sure that you guys follow each other and so forth. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the happy birthdays and everything. Good night, Nicole. I love the corgi and the booty. I love that. But you guys have been awesome, and I know this has been a long day. And again, reach out to each other. Thank you, Ashley. Reach out to each other and help each other through this because it was triggering me, and I've never been in addiction. So I can only imagine what it's done to people that are in addiction. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Thank you so much.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Nana B.
Okay. I've been in recovery for 7 years.
Woohoo!
And my first year of recovery, I started working in the facility that I was in. And it was like you sit and you watch, and it's like a revolving door. People that come in there that court ordered, and it's like a repeat. Every month they were in there, and they would laugh about it. They were not going to get clean, or they were just doing it just to keep out of trouble. And I couldn't. I finally had to resign because it was like making me want to relapse. I was there for 5 years, and I had to get out of there. I mean, it was that bad. It's scary, really scary.
Yeah, it is. And, we don't know how this day is going to end. The last update that we had, Jess said that that she wouldn't go, which we knew she wasn't going to go when the police and EMS came on. And that recording that we listened to, I don't know what happened between her and Abby, but it did sound like that they were fighting, like fist fighting and stuff. So I don't know. That's just.
I haven't seen her at all today. You
Miss
know, usually
Nana, don't.
I'll get
Please
on there and
don't.
see how she's doing. I'm usually a silent listener, you know, and I'll comment every once in a while. But, you know, you're scared to put anything on there because she'll block you.
Yeah, Nana B, I'm going to be honest with you. She had me in tears. It was the scariest thing that I've witnessed on TikTok
Yeah,
to this date.
it
Uh,
does.
it was absolutely, I was just like, you know, I didn't know what to do. So I came on live because I know everybody was freaking out and stuff.
Yeah.
And then it was just, it's still unbelievable. It's like, I'm still kind of in shock about it.
Well, one thing I used to get so upset about was that really, really made me resign was, you know, these people would put their heart and soul into their recovery. And it was a 30-day, you know, 30-day to 60-day stay. And they were so proud of what they've done. And I worked the night shift. So, you know, midnight to 7, they walked, you know, they'd walk the halls and stuff. And it gave me a chance for them to, you know, talk to me. I never told them, you know, what to do or nothing like that. And just let them talk. And a lot of these women had children.
Mm.
And what did it for me was one morning, one of the girls had graduated. And she was so happy because she'd went through the 60 days. She was clean, blah, blah, blah. And she went to walk out, and the sheriff was there and shackled her and took her back to jail.
Wow.
Yeah, and that did it for me because, you know, us MHTs is what they called us, medical health technician.
Yeah.
And we always, you know, tell them what a good job they were going to do, you know, and the counselors would tell us, you know, they're going home, you know, and so we would let them know, you know, things are going to be so great for you when you get home with your babies. And they did that day. And I walked out. I said, I can't do it no more. I can't. Because they were working so hard for their sobriety. It was just sad.
Nicole, you said people better not give her at least another penny. I don't care what excuse she comes up on live. Nicole, they were giving her money while she was nodding out.
Oh my God, really?
Yes, they were giving her money. And she is on there. I mean, the recording, okay, so once I finish this live, the full live will be on YouTube. Kai has got it, and I think somebody else has recorded it. So you'll be able to see, hear the phone calls and hear Jess and stuff as well.
Yeah, I heard the one where, you know, Jess was trying to tell her, you know, you need to watch out what you're taking because, you know, fentanyl and everything else. And it just, the look in Lisa's face was like, oh, well, you know.
Yeah.
And then she says, I don't do that.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just so sad. And it's going to take something very, very bad to happen. Like that one lady said, you know, her sobriety date's going to be her tombstone. And that's sad.
Yes, addicts, like it's really most of them are either in the ground or in jail. Is really
Right.
like what happens.
Right.
I did want to bring a somewhat positive light to this. Out by where I live, Lake County, right next to where I grew up, and now their police, the sheriff around that area, like they're one thing. However, the courts have created this program, and from my understanding, it's a one like the first one of its kind of this program, and it's called Hope Court.
Yeah.
And Hope Court is now like they have to be accepted into this, and it's for those that had struggled, struggling with addiction or whatnot. They had already been to jail and or prison like a few times or whatnot, and have a record.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens is that again they have to apply. They have to actually write write to the like a letter to the judge and to the people that decide if they can get in or not. Like they have to write like an essay per se and fill out an application and so on and so forth. Now, once
I'm gonna answer one of the comments. So I'm looking at YouTube right now, and you guys know I do a lot with Mickey Mouse Fan. She has put the audio on there from Mickey Mouse Fan. I think it's Mickey Mouse Fan 922. I think it is. And then there's part of there's Jess from Kai from my live earlier. So you guys can look at those two as well. But the call is actually, I can't even put it into words, and y'all know I don't get speechless, but it will make you speechless.
Well, the facility that I worked for was mostly state funded, which,
Yeah, I know what you're going at. Yeah, I know.
what going back because I think the program is state funded as well. But when you're accepted into this program, like there's different levels. Okay, so level 1 is obviously at what it is, the first level that you go in. Now they want you so focused on your recovery, your addiction, that they do not you're not allowed to work. And there's meetings, and all just like their days are filled with things, meetings and group meetings and therapy and so on and so forth. Now they are tested weekly. But because again they don't want them to work, what they do though is reward them weekly, like when they clean, and they will give them a gift card to Walmart or whatever. And
do they stay in the facility?
What's that?
Okay, so the Mickey Mouse one is Mickey Mouse Fan at, hold on, I can tell you. It's 2762. 2762 Mickey Mouse Fan, 2762 on YT.
Okay.
And also, wait, can I say one more thing real quick?
Go ahead.
So anyone that follows me, I follow back. If you unfollow me, I unfollow you. So I've been on live, so I probably have a lot of requests. So I will go through them as quickly as I can, but TikTok will make me take a break, and then I'll be able to go back on. So be patient with me, because I will follow you back.
Okay.
But as I was saying, just as and then once you progress to like level 2, then in that level, they still have their meetings, their therapy sessions and whatnot, but then they start integrating them back into real world where they then have a job. Now their paychecks are are automatically direct deposited, and they're so much has to go into savings. Like it's all they sit down with one of their counselor or whatever, and it's all set up for them. So much is deposited or whatever, and they have to show proof, whatnot. And then the third stage is where they then, now we have a job, but they then find housing for them that they pay the move-in, the down payment, first month and whatnot, and a year's worth of their rent.
Yeah.
So, and once they are finished with the program, their record is completely wiped clean.
Oh wow, that's nice.
Yeah, Ladybug, there's no updates. The last update that we got from her sister was that she would not go. She refused to go with the EMS team. So right now, that's all that we know. I appreciate everybody that has supported this live and so forth. But I think I'm right about to call it. This is my birthday today.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, and my daughter has been trying to call me and stuff, so I really think I'm gonna take some time and call my daughter and spend some time with her on the phone and kind of relax a little bit. So,
All right. Well, happy birthday. I'm going to go ahead and
thank
go.
you.
Thank you for letting me talk.
Oh yeah, no problem. Anytime.
Usually I'm quiet and just don't say anything. So.
Yeah, and I think my mods need a break too.
Oh
So,
yeah.
um,
All right. Thank you for letting me come on.
you.
all right, thank you guys. Everybody have a great night. If there's any other news, definitely will come back on. If I hear from Jess, I'll let you guys know.
Okay. Happy birthday. Enjoy your night.
All right, thank you. And my mods, y'all did an awesome job. Thank you so much for what you did. It was a hard live this time. All right, everybody take care.
Have a good night.
You too.